เ thank you particularly to the Tramway Museum, to John Micklewright and your team, also to the Men's Shed as well, to the Transport Museum as well, who's here from over at Mount Gravatt, and the buses I see are looking fantastic, and most importantly to all of the transport enthusiasts that are here. This is an important milestone because it represents 100 years of the council being involved in public transport. Now, Steve touched on a little bit of the history, and it's quite a bumpy ride in many ways if you look at the history, but public transport in Brisbane started off essentially as private companies offering the service. And sometimes they did well, sometimes they didn't do so well. And what that generated over the years was that there were some routes that got serviced and a lot of areas that didn't get serviced. It had to be financially viable. And so when the council was amalgamated from 20 different local authorities in 1925, it saw itself having a role in public transport. And that then started a series of bus services. So I think we started off with 11 buses. But only 2 years later, the council worked out that these buses weren't making any money, and they shut them down. And the trams continued to operate and were a key way of people getting around Brisbane for many, many years, all the way through until 1969. But during that time, bus services then got reintroduced. And look, you're all transport experts. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But for me, it's quite fascinating to see that we now accept that public transport doesn't need to make money. In fact, there's not too many places in the world where it does make money. I think maybe 3 or 4 cities can make money out of it, and they're really, really high density populations with tens of millions of people living in quite a tight area. This is a public service that we're talking about. And so these days, we very much see this is a way of connecting our city, connecting our community. And with 50-cent fares, I can tell you there's no chance anytime soon that it's going to make any money. But what it does is it saves the community money. Because in the end, everyone that's jumping on board public transport, whether it's a bus service, whether it's a train, whether it's one of the new Metro BRT vehicles, whether it's tram on the Gold Coast, that is connecting people and reducing traffic congestion as well, and it's a more sustainable way of going forward. And so very much for the future, we see public transport absolutely essential as continuing to expand right across southeast Queensland, particularly as we grow. And this place here gives an important history lesson. And so what I want to particularly do today is to thank those who had the foresight to set up this museum, the Tramway Museum, and then to keep it going as well. It was actually 57 years ago that a group of people got together, and this was 1 year before the tram network closed down. This was 1968. And as you know, the tram network closed down the following year. And they made a decision that they would come together to preserve this amazing history. And if they hadn't have done that, just imagine what would have been lost to all of us. And so, you have a look in the museum behind, you have a look in the workshops up here. This is a priceless lot of history that we have here. And if you even tried to calculate all of the volunteer hours that have gone into this place, it would be absolutely impossible to calculate. And so today, as we celebrate this milestone, I particularly want to say thank you to those who had the foresight to actually set this up, to keep this history alive, to preserve it, and even to continue to preserve fully working and fully operational trams and also buses as well. It's a remarkable asset for the city, and it's something that's truly special and something that I'm so proud to see that we have. It's a great honour to be the patron of the Tramway Museum. And Mr. President, thank you for that honour. When I was the Deputy Mayor, I actually got a few lessons and was able to drive one of the trams and did that a few years ago. Steve witnessed that. There's a video of it to prove that I've done it. But it was a truly special moment. I think I'm a little bit rusty now, and I don't think I'd remember how to do it, so I'd need a refresher course. But thank you all for coming out today to celebrate this milestone. As I said, the critical thing now is that going forward, we know that public transport is essential for our city and our region as we grow. And grow we are. There's 600 extra people a week coming to Brisbane, and that's not even including the surrounding local government areas and the surrounding council areas that are growing, some of them even faster than Brisbane as well. Public transport is the key to making sure we remain livable, better connections, more public transport routes, different types of services, and that's something that I'm passionate about, and I know that you're passionate about it as well. So thank you. I think I've spoken long enough. Appreciate you being here today for this important occasion, and once again, thank you so much to the volunteers that make this happen. We absolutely owe a debt of gratitude to you, and this history is truly priceless, and we are grateful for the work that you do, the hours. And I particularly also want to thank the wives and partners as well, who are effectively widows to the Tram Museum, I would say, with all the hours that are spent here. Maybe that's a good thing, or maybe it's not, but I know that there's a lot of hours spent here each week, and we appreciate it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day.
We'll get on this one.
Could you stand at the head while the tram comes, please?
They then also constructed a line to the Bulimba Ferry, or what is now Newstead, as well as a line to West End. That was the max the horse trams ever ran. The max.